fuck is this guy doing, bro? What in the fuck? This guy said, hey, hold my phone. I'm gonna get a little video, pretend I'm working out. Oh, hit a little sprawl. What the? Wait, what? What the fuck?
All right, guys, I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. So I've read captions. I heard the voiceover. Is that Sean's voice? Is Sean narrating that? And more importantly, if Sean is narrating that, was Sean filming that? And I just bring that to you because, so they're at the PI, right? PI stands for Performance Institute. And what that is one of the most complete and luxurious and most well-funded gyms in the world. So it would just seem as if you were at the PI, if you're talking about from Merab's perspective, if you're at the PI and you're there to practice, you would go inside. Right? Like you wouldn't need to be at the PI for practice if you're not going in to the PI. So the fact that he was doing a workout outside, I found to be interesting. Now, perhaps that had to do with the rain. It does not rain in Vegas very often. So I'm going to go outside. I'm going to get a workout in the rain. It's going to be great. I'm going to have a friend film it. We're going to put it on social media. It'll be weird. It'll be different. It'll be countercultural. Like, I'm not against it, and I'm not ready to tease him. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. So then, and if you guys look at that video, and you got to look close, but it seems as though in the shot of Merab, if you look just a little bit to the left, there's another cameraman, as though that's the one that Merab brought. As though Merab said to a buddy, as you would have to do in the same situation, if you wanted to capture something in a city that never rains, you got to get it right now in this moment because you don't know how long it's going to last. Come outside and film me. It seems like that's what happened. And then Sugar Sean was somewhere else and filmed the both of them. That's what it looks like. And that's what it sounds like when you hear Sean's narration and the author of this piece that brought it to us. Even went as far as to give a clue and say Sean happened to be in town. He had a meeting with Dana. So you feel like you've got enough of these pieces, but I'm only curious, would those guys be there at the same time? What if they were? How would that be? Do they go train? Do they bump into each other? Do you say hi? What if you get in the cafeteria? You're in line with each other? Like, I'm just wondering about the coordination. The whole thing seems very interesting to me. Not to mention, you got Sean gets flown in to meet with the boss. You got the other guys that are there and train every day, and they can't get to the second floor. I mean, I'm just saying, like, there is meaningful pieces of drama that are going on here. Then, if you're in Sean's spot, and that isn't the fight that you're planning to do, but Sean is a master marketer. He is a master promoter. I mean, he has done nothing to make me not want to see him versus Merab. Nothing. And I'm not telling you that that's the fight to make right now, but I do think that's coming up in 2024, which is going to feel like a blink of the eye. I do think that Merab's in a very interesting spot. I like that he went outside in the rain. By the way, had he not done that, whatever he thought he was going to get, the fact that he got teased by Sugar Sean, he not got teased, I'm not sitting here with you now. The article that I'm stealing this from never gets written. I mean, I feel like everybody's doing what they're supposed to do, and Sean is in a very peculiar spot. He's got 4 guys that are calling him out. And all 4 guys have a meaningful claim. That's a tight spot to be in. Now, Chito Vera has been oddly quiet. And just to tell you that timeline, they fight on the same card. Sean calls him out. Great. Look, I mean, seems like everything is solved. Sean even has a date in mind. But Sean also reveals, all at the same time, all in the same speech, he does reveal that he hasn't been able to grapple for the last 5 weeks of camp. He's got an injury, and I believe it was his rib. So it was kind of a tough guy move, not only to go out and do the fight, but then to be looking for another one when you're not feeling good. And somebody might have been apprehensive about that. I'm speculating, I'm guessing, but I have to on everything. We haven't been told anything about the December card. So, after the press conference, roughly 72 hours after the fight, Chito Vera's doing his thing, man. Chito Vera's coming after him. He heard what you said. He knew you called him. He knows you want December. I'm in. Everything's cool, the gang. And Sean lets him know, slow down. I'm not crazy about your tone. I have the power to decide this, and I have decided it's you, but it's not signed yet. And if you keep chirping on Twitter, I'll pull the deal. Now, I think that was just Sean's way of keeping things going. And it could have been a coincidence. I will admit that. Like, I don't think Chito's the kind of guy that's going to see that and then go quiet, but he did. So it could have been a coincidence, but he did. He hasn't really said a lot about that fight, if anything, and he hasn't said anything scathing. I mean, it was very similar to the way Ilya Topuria stopped talking about Volk, and we're all looking around going, what are you doing? To the point that Volk did the opposite of Sean and said, if you want the fight and I plan to give it to you, start talking about me. Now, I just want to share for you guys why a guy would go quiet. And one reason a guy would go quiet is because he's already got it. And there is a way that you pick a fight that is different than the way you promote a fight. And generally when you have smoke and you have speculation and rumor, and one side goes quiet, or both sides, it's a very big tell. We go, oh, okay, that fight's done, but the announcement is still coming. And you could even go a step further that many times once you're told a fight is going to come, you're also told, don't tell anyone. And then they have a way that they like to release that. It's a big enough fight, right? They'll do what they did for Jones and Ciryl Gane and put it on the side of a massive building in a massive city. Like, there's different ways that you do it. If Lesnar's returning, you'll roll that out in a B-roll during a live broadcast. Like, there's different ways, but guys are told commonly, zip it. So when you see two guys go quiet, it's an interesting situation. That is generally a tell. And that is possibly what happened here with Cheeto. But there's a nice little line for Sean. And I don't think anybody's going to be able to wait. I don't think you've got any player here in the mix that is going to be able to just sit and wait. Let's let Cheeto and Sean do whatever they're going to do, and then we'll get down the line and they're going to call me. I think they're all going to have to do something in between. I don't think the arguments are in. Like, final arguments, the jury is not yet deliberating. There is one decision that's been made, which is it's none of you three, it's Cheeto. And I think those three are going to have to get busy. But right now, we have Sean still building with Merab, and Merab still coming after Sean. Just by example, I could say the same thing with Aljo. And I think they need to start fighting each other. I think Henry Cejudo is the one guy that's actually got this right. I'm not going to get the nod, so let me go find a number one contenders match. I'm just suggesting that. Like, everybody's doing their thing, and everybody's doing the right thing, and it's a lot of fun to watch. And I can't remember a time at 135 pounds. As a matter of fact, I can't tell you any other division right now where you have more guys with as meaningful of arguments. Like, when I come in and tell you it's going to be Cheeto, that's not because I think his argument is better. That's not what I'm saying to you. I just believe that a deal has been done. And my reasons and my evidence and what Cheeto has done is body of work, and they're going to do a rematch. You can't get commissions to agree. You got 50 commissions saying that Cheeto beat him. You got the Sugar State Athletic standing by on its own saying he did it. Like, it's a real mess. You got to solve those things, and I think they're going to do it next.